and gentlemen, you're watching, yes, the Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network.
A look from above at the city of brotherly love. A beautiful Tuesday evening here in Philadelphia, and it is time for baseball as the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. Tonight, it's the New York Yankees against the Philadelphia Phillies in the middle game of a three-game set from Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball along with David Cohn. I'm Michael Kay. Yankees snapped their three-game losing streak with an impressive 4-2 victory last night here at Citizens Bank. And the thing that was really impressive is that the Yankees' two big boppers, they got it going together.
Yeah, that is the operative phrase. When they do get it going together at the same time, watch out. And watch out, Aaron Judge almost looking where he's going to hit the ball right there with his eyes. And indeed, he comes through. Just a laser beam right over the 334 sign. It got out of here in about 3.4 seconds. And you want to see Judge's legs? I mean, we talk about how far he hits it. Look at where he is. He hasn't even reached third base, and then he gets to home plate just about as fast as anybody. Really good speed from Judge, and Stanton starting to heat up, Michael.
Heat up indeed. Last 10 games, 17 for 39. That's good for 436. 4 doubles, 4 homers, and 10 ribbies. Smaller sample size, 7 hits in his last 8 at-bats. That is hot. Tonight's pitching matchup brought to you by People's United Bank. Luis Severino will get the start for the Yankees, having a great year. Free agent signee Jake Arrieta for the Phillies. He struggled in his last 3 games. Overall, 5-5, 3.42. Give me some knowledge on both, David.
Well, Luis Severino, for about a year and a half now, has been at or near the top in just about every pitching category. And you talk about choose your weapon. How about 99 on the black or a razor blade slider down and into a lefty? I mean, if you got this kind of stuff and you can throw it like that with accuracy, watch out. And then on the other end, Jake Arrieta likes his new home here in Philly. He's pitched well at home, but he's got a different style. He's always been a movement specialist. Right to left movement and then left to right movement off of those pitches. So certainly not as swing and miss or strikeout stuff as he once was, but more of a ground ball pitcher these days in Philly.
Well, the Yankees will try to make it 2 in a row and grab another series. When we come back, lineups, first pitch, baseball, Yankees-Phillies. We hope you're at liberty to watch it next, right here on Yes.
With Morakovitz. As Michael and David discussed, Giancarlo Stanton is clearly heating up at the plate. I spoke with hitting coach Marcus Timms, who talked about some of the adjustments he has made as of late.
The main thing, he's just trying to get started sooner so he can recognize pitches better. And even in his cage work, he's been doing it, batting practice, and it's starting to pay off in games. He's been working really hard, and he's a guy that won MVP last year. And don't expect anything but greatness out of him. So he's been working hard and starting to learn pitchers and how they're trying to attack him, and his work is paying off. He haven't done anything in the cages in batting practice with his stance, so right now I don't see him doing anything different because, you know, he had success with it last year. Why would he change right now?
Michael, changed, not changed, it doesn't seem to matter. The Yankees just hoping that the success at the plate continues for Stanton.
Well, thank you, Meredith. We'll see exactly where he's batting as the Phillies take the field. So we'll take a look at the Yankees starting lineup, brought to you by Lexus. And, of course, he's right in the middle of it. Aaron Hicks gets the start in center. He'll lead off, batting second. Aaron Judge in right field. Didi Gregorius, the shortstop, hits third. And cleaning up the left fielder, Giancarlo Stanton. Gleyber Torres at second base will bat fifth tonight. Batting sixth, first baseman Greg Bird. Miguel Andujar at third base, bat seventh. Batting eighth, the catcher, Austin Romine. And batting ninth and pitching, Luis Severino.
And on the hill, Jake Arrieta is going to face the Yanks tonight. On the season, this will be his 15th start. You see the numbers across the board. And let's tell you a little bit more about Jake Arrieta in our pitcher scouting report, brought to you by your Tri-Honda dealers. And he really does like his new home. He's pitched well here. The June swoon, though, has really kind of caught up to him. He's got a 6.97 ERA in 4 starts after having a 2.16 ERA in April and May. So kind of a reversal here in June for Jake. And the style change, we'll talk about that a little bit more as we move along. When he was with the Cubs, he was really a strikeout guy. Over 8 strikeouts per 9 innings and almost a 23% strikeout rate. And that's all the way down to 16% this year. But his ground ball rate is way up, a 56% ground ball rate, which is a career high for him so far this year. So a little bit different for Jake these days as a Philly.
Well, let's take a look at the Phillies defense behind him, brought to you by Geico. You've got Hoskins in left, Herrera in center, and Williams over and right. In the infield, it's Franco, Kingery, Hernandez, and Santana. That's third to first. Knapp behind the plate tonight, and Arrieta is on the mound. Well, the Yankees won last night. The Phillies have won 4 series in a row, so they're hoping to win the next 2 so they can notch their 5th straight. The Yankees have other ideas, sending their best out to the mound today, Luis Severino against Jake Arrieta. Yankees are 51-25, and the Phillies are 41-35. Hicks is ready. Arrieta is ready. Let's do it here in Philly. First pitch is low, and we're underway. Mark Ripperger, home plate umpire. Doug Eddings at first, Marty Foster at second, and Joe West, young man, is the third base ump. 1-0, 2-0.
I like it when I get all my work done. I can get out of your way to start the game off right.
Perfect. Good team. Franco on the lip of the grass at third. Kingery shades up the middle. And that's a high fly ball, deep center. Herrera back on the track at the wall. See ya! Home run Hicks. 1-0 Yanks.
Number 11 on the year for Aaron Hicks, leading off the Wago. We talked about Jake Arrieta getting more ground balls. Well, not going to get ground balls there with that location. Ball just kept going. A little different wind tonight, Michael. A little calmer, and the flags are not blowing in.
Aaron Judge grounds one left side. Franco makes the play to get Judge for the first out. Let's look at the game time weather presented by Bigelow Tea. It is 78 degrees, 43% humidity, the wind 11 miles per hour, partly cloudy, but a nice day. Been a great day in Philly, it'll be a nice evening. Third leadoff home run in Aaron Hicks' career. And his 11th of the season, 33rd run batted in. Here's Didi Gregorius. And a strike. So a loud beginning to this one. Hicks didn't play yesterday. Gardner got the start in center. So he returns to the lineup with the home run.
That one was high, just kept going. Ended up 411 feet.
The 0-2.
I was interested to watch Arrieta today, Michael, see his style. You know, a couple different theories is possibly he's losing a little stuff. His velocity's down just a bit, relying on his sinker a lot more.
Well, it does make you wonder, a guy who'd been so successful recently, winning the Cy Young Award in 2015 as a free agent, just hung out there until March, until the Phillies stepped up, and see the declining strikeout percentage over the last 4 seasons. The only one with a lower strikeout percentage is Bartolo Colon. Right back to Arrieta. 2 away.
It's certainly concerning if you're the Phillies in the front office looking at the next several years after signing him to a multi-year contract.
Stan takes a strike. One and two.
One noticeable thing about Stanton recently is just his patience at the plate, much less anxious. Always the constant battle, pitcher and hitter. Pitcher trying to get you to swing outside the zone, get you to chase, and the hitter trying to control it.
Slow roller. If it stays fair, it's a tough play. Arrieta fields, fires, not in time. Pulled Santana off the bag. Might have rolled foul if he let it go.
I'm with you, Michael. Might have rolled foul, and a good throw would have had him. Another look. Definitely heading that way, Michael. I'm with you. Good read. Arrieta just couldn't get a good handle on it.
See how they score that. It is a hit. So when you're hot, you're hot. And here's Gleyber Torres. Pitch outside, 1-0. It
really didn't take long for Aaron Boone to move Gleyber up in the batting order after batting ninth for several weeks. Just too valuable.
Grounded up the middle, Kingery flips to second. They get the force, and that'll do it. But a loud beginning by the Yankees. Aaron Hicks jumps on an Arrieta offering and puts it well over the wall in center field. When it lands, it's Yankees 1 and the Phillies coming to bat. Cesar Hernandez, second baseman, leads off. Batting second, the left fielder Rhys Hoskins. Odubel Herrera in center field will hit third. Cleaning up first baseman Carlos Santana. Nick Williams in right field will bat fifth. Batting sixth, the shortstop Scott Kingery. Andrew Knapp gets start behind the plate tonight. He'll bat seventh. Batting eighth and playing third base, Michael Franco. Jake Arrieta is going to pitch, and he'll bat ninth.
Sevy's ready to go. Incredibly skinny numbers. 123 strikeouts and only 26 walks. Power and precision. And let's tell you a little bit more in our pitcher scouting report brought to you by your Tri-Honda dealers. He really has become Mr. Reliable. He's only had really one bad start the whole year so far. 5 runs against Boston early on. Interleague dominance, a 1.07 ERA and minimum 50 innings. And choose your weapon. Fastball or slider. 211 batting average against the fastball and a 155 batting average against the slider.
And when he starts, the Yankee team, is 14-2. Pretty good indicator. And as David mentioned, really one start that would you say is a below par. Cold night, Fenway didn't have a grip on the slider. He doesn't need excuses, but we'll lay him out for you. He did not have it that night. Up the middle and off of Severino. And the throw from Gregorius not in time. Now we'll see if Severino's okay. Well, no one's coming out of the Yankee dugout.
It's a scary moment. Sevy's a good athlete as he can get his head out of the way there. Quick move and then deflect it off the glove. Pitcher's worst nightmare. You can see that ball is just reversed, heading head high right back at him. It just shows you how quick Severino is to get out of the way.
Hoskins had an incident in the ninth inning yesterday. Struck out, ball got away from Romine. He kind of jogged to first and got heckled by a fan behind the Phillies dugout. Told him to run hard. And Hoskins turned around and said, "Why don't you go home?" And the guy wrote on a blog, "How dare he say that? I spent $1,400 for these tickets. He's telling me to go home." And Hoskins kind of apologized today.
It's almost as if Philadelphia's turnaround started when Hoskins showed up last year. And then into this year, you know, he had the broken jaw, and since he's been back, they've kind of taken off again. So he's a big part of the reason why they feel so good about a quick rebuild here.
2-2. Yankees lead 1-0. Fifth round pick by the Phillies. Hoskins made his major league debut last year with the Phillies against the Mets. Rookie of the month in August. 18 home runs in his first 34 games. That's the most all time. They shifted him to the outfield when they signed Santana. Swing and a miss. Wave through that one. First strikeout for Severino. Take a look at the Yankee defense presented by Geico. Stanton's in left, Hicks in center, Judge over and right, infield, and Duhar, Gregorius, Torres, and Bird. That's third to first. Romine behind the plate. Severino is on the mound. And a strike to Herrera. Crowd still filing in. Last night's crowd, a sellout, and the second biggest crowd since opening day. Yankees played in front of three pretty big crowds in St. Pete over the weekend as well.
It's a huge crowd for batting practice, and Stanton and Judge did not disappoint. It really has become must-see TV for batting practice.
Stanton hit one out of the park.
Literally out of the park.
Take a look at Stanton's. This is the best of BP. Almost to the skyline.
Let's see by Stanton's reaction after he got it. He went, whoa, like he knew that was well struck.
Take a look at some of Judge's pregame work.
A huge crowd here. You could see how exciting that was, the oohs and ahs here in Philadelphia for this batting practice shot.
The thing that jumps out at you, David, is they don't even look like they're swinging hard. One, two. Grounded up the middle. Runner was going. There's one. And there's two. A 6-6-3 double play off the bat of Herrera. No runs a hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. Let's go to the second inning. It's 1-0 Yankees. Signature wrap at Subway restaurants today. By Ram Trucks, built to serve. And by Coke Industries. At Coke, we make things that make the world better. Now that ballpark's going to play very small, David. Short right field.
Definitely looking for some launch angle there.
And there you get it. Did he get enough? No. Here's Greg Bird. Pitch outside, 1-0. And a strike. So Arrieta signed a 3-year, $75 million deal with Philadelphia in March, and the team has two $20 million options in 21 and 22. Arrieta can also opt out after 2019, and the Phillies can void the opt-out with a 2-year extension for 21-22. Fly ball center field, and Bird is now 0 for his last 15.
Yeah, that contract is so reflective of what the market was last offseason. All the uncertainty.
And both sides got kind of creative. Arrieta has criticized his team after they got swept by the Giants in early June. He said the team needs an accountability check and criticized the team's shifts. Doesn't like him at all. Gabe Kapler, the manager, said he didn't mind the comment, saying, quote, "If we're content, it means we're not getting better." The 0-2. I would think, David, you know, just from watching every game and the Yankees shift a lot, if you're going to criticize shifts, you have to have a very short memory because shifts really take away a lot of hits.
I was just thinking the same thing, Michael. I couldn't agree more. And the data's out there. I mean, pitchers, they just remember the ones that get through. I wonder how many have been saved for him as well. Something that A.J. Hinch in Houston does a very good job of is really informing his players and communicating to them. And I know Gabe Kapler is trying to do that here. But he'll bring in the players and show them, here, look at the data. This is what's happening.
And Duhar swings and misses. The last game that Sabathia pitched at home, there was a ground ball that went through the right side, and Gleyber Torres was up the middle. And you could read his lips. He said something about a shift. And then about 2 batters later, there's a hot shot up the middle, and there's a player standing, and they turn it into a double play. So it works. They wouldn't do it if it didn't work. Romine with a ground ball to second. Hernandez to Santana. And the Yankees go down in order 1-2-3. And we're going to go to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 Bombers. Hybrid vehicle of the New York Yankees. Question: how important do you think it is for a rebuilding team to have a veteran ace in its rotation as a stabilizing force? The NYY boss said essential. Look at the most recent Yankee championship teams, including the dynasty years. Veterans were huge parts, and the younger players learn from them. Follow Yes Network and tweet us your responses using hashtag Yankees Camry Hybrid. Keep the conversation going. I think the key to that, though, David, is that the veteran has to be the pitcher.
Yeah, it's otherwise you're just an old guy.
Yes.
There is something about the heartbeat. You know, you talk about slowing the game down. A lot of cliches out there, but in a big game, you do want somebody that's very confident, you know is going to be reliable.
Carlos Santana. And he hits one right to Bird, 1 away. That brings up Nick Williams. 0 for 5 last night. And a strike. That's pretty cool. That's a Roger Maris jersey, and that's exactly how Roger Maris wore his sleeves, showing off the guns. Ground ball, second base, 1 away.
Kind of a typical Severino inning brewing right here. He's so aggressive, such good stuff. He's got a chance to have some quick innings. We've seen that time and time again. You mow through a certain part of the lineup.
Oh, 0-1 to Kingery. Well, this is the sleeves on Mr. Maris. Two-time American League MVP, 60 and 61 with the Yankees, 61 home runs in 61. Ground ball to short. This is the type of inning that David was talking about. A nice scoop on the backhand and stretch by Bird, and that will do it. As the Phillies go down in order, 1-2-3. We're going to the third. 1-0 Yanks. In FS1, highlighted by Chicharito and Mexico taking on Sweden at 9 Eastern on Fox, or stream it all live on the Fox Sports app. There's Severino, who was in the clubhouse earlier today, mimicking the Gary Sheffield type stance of his teammate Dellin Betances. He swings at the first pitch and lofts it to the right side. Williams is there and puts it away. You know, we mentioned about Arrieta complaining about shifts, and because we have James Smythe here in Philly, he actually made the drive south. Inside edge tracks every ball versus the shift. And across Major League Baseball, shifts have aided 654 hits, but taken away 1,053. That's about 14 more hits taken away per team. But the Phillies are the only team with a net negative, so maybe Arrieta knows what he's talking about. 39 hits prevented, 40 aided.
Very interesting. There's still being all sorts of studies done on the shifts, and it's not just as cut and dry as.
Grounded up the middle, a base hit. for Hicks, who's having himself a night. A home run, now a single. Let's take a look at your local Tri-State Volkswagen dealers American League ranks. Aaron Judge 4th in home runs, 5th in ribbies, 2nd in walks, 5th in on-base percentage at .396, and 5th in WAR at 4.0. Last night we showed you Aaron Judge playing catch with a kid in the right field seats. Great moment. And I actually ran into the father and son outside the ballpark, and the kid still had this unbelievable grin plastered on his face, about 8 or 9. And the dad was explaining to me, my son didn't know what Aaron Judge wanted. He couldn't believe that Aaron Judge would want to play catch with him. He said finally he got his attention, and they started throwing back and forth, and I told the kid, you know, Aaron Judge said you had a really good arm, and he smiled even further. I guess he found more teeth, but it was a great, great moment.
Kid actually had an Aaron Judge All-Star Game jersey on.
Yep. And the father said that is a moment that my son will never forget for the rest of his life. I think he was in shock.
Yes, awestruck.
The 0-1. Ripped to left field. It's a base hit for Judge. Hicks stops at second. By the way, if you were wondering how the Yankees hold up with the shifts, they're actually 4th in big league baseball. Their shifts prevented 49 hits and aided 24, so they're at plus 25. White Sox lead at plus 37, Rays at plus 31, Diamondbacks plus 28, and then the Yankees are in 4th at plus 25.
Yeah, so the shift differential. How many you give up, how many you steal.
Ground ball. This should be 2. No, it's botched. Everyone is safe. Kingery did not handle the throw from Hernandez. Bases loaded, 1 out for the Yanks.
Quite a turnaround here. I mean, this is a tailor-made double play ball. It's going to get you out of the inning, and the flip is high and wide. That's all on Hernandez. Kingery's there in plenty of time, and you can see on our Yes-Mo, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer. And the easiest of flips, an unforced error there, gives the Yankees life. And Stanton.
One and 0. So Arrieta actually should be sitting in the dugout watching his team swing against Severino. So that's a fielder's choice and an E4 to throw on the Hernandez toss. 1 man out, bases loaded. Did he go? Yes, he did. Said Doug Eddings at first.
From the side. Good call.
One and 2. Hicks at third, Judge at second, Gregorius is at first, so good speed on the bases. Swing and a miss. Stanton down on strikes. 2 away.
Well, we said Arrieta's not getting as many strikeouts, but he desperately needs one here, and that's the old slider that we saw really in his World Series run with the Cubs. That one was good.
So here's Gleyber Torres now, bases loaded, 2 outs. Missed outside. 1-0. Yankees lead 1-0. Leadoff home run by Aaron Hicks to dead center. Now looking to give Severino a little more breathing room. Top of the 3rd inning, bases loaded, 2 outs. Base hit. Past a diving Franco and into left field. Hicks scores. Judge will score. It's a 2-run single for Torres. 3-0 Yanks.
Gleyber makes it hurt. And he's so quick on the inside part of the plate. How many times have we seen him pull his hands in and cut off a pitcher in his fastball? Can't teach that. That's just skill. God-given skill.
Now 38 ribbies on the year. And that brings up Bird. Oh and 1. One and 1 on Bird. Bird with the fly ball to center in the 2nd. You mentioned he's hitless in his last 15 at bats.
That look tells you everything you need to know.
Rip foul.
I always thought that was one of the most important things, Michael, when you're on the mound, to try to pick up your teammate after he made an error behind you. But the degree of difficulty with the bases loaded, pretty high there. Even though you got by Stanton with a big strikeout, Gleyber Torres once again right in the middle of the action for the Yankees.
2-2. Now, I know you want to pick up your teammate, but how much is part of you seething that you're still on the mound because of that error?
Yeah, that's the part you battle. That's how you become a good teammate. When you reverse that psychology, because you know your teammate could easily pick you up later in this game. He might be the guy that gets a big hit for you to get you back in it. That guy right there. Nobody feels worse than him right now after making that easy play and error.
Two. Lofted into left field. That is going to be a base hit for Bird. Gregorius will score. Boy, did he need that single and RBI. It is 4-0 Yankees.
Making it hurt a little more. A changeup that's elevated. And Bird just goes out there and flips it into left field. You don't need to see the exit velocity on this. This is just a high changeup and a good left-handed hitter just serving it into left field and picking up the 4th run. Making that air burn even more.
Bird served a little duck out to left field. Got himself a hit. Here's again Duhar, struck out in the second. Inside, 1-0.
It's an old saying on the bench that Bird hit it like he threw it. Arrieta threw it soft, and Bird hit it soft.
That was hit hard, right at Franco. There's baseball right there. But the Yankees get 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 big error, and 2 men left on base. 4-0 Yankees. Celebrity softball game at Yankee Stadium this Thursday, June 28th at 6:30 p.m. Yankee legends A-Rod, Mariano Rivera, Jorge Posada will reunite on the field, take on other athletes and celebrities in this friendly rivalry. Now, tickets start at $20 to purchase. Visit pitch.org. There's 2 C's in pitch, or Ticketmaster.com. All proceeds from the event will support youth and community programs of the Pitch In Foundation and the New York Yankees Foundation. It's going to be an unbelievable event at the stadium on Thursday. Andrew Knapp digs in against Severino. Yankees lead 4-0, and we are joined by CeCe from the Yankee dugout. CeCe, it sounds like that's the place to be on Thursday. It's supposed to be hopping.
Yeah, I'm excited. You know, it just came about. I loved rock and jock softball when I was a kid, so I wanted to kind of do an event that kind of mimicked that, and this is what's coming about, so I'm excited for Thursday.
Now, it's you and Stanton as the managers of each team, right?
Yeah.
Do you get a chance to play at all? Because I know you like to hit.
We probably won't get to play, but I'll try to take some swings early and see if I can go upper deck with a softball.
Here's the 0-2 to Knapp. Now, you and your wife, Amber, have really put a lot of work into the Pitch In Foundation, which has done unbelievable charity work. So tell me exactly what the emphasis is on Pitch In Foundation.
It's just trying to help kids through in the inner city through sports and educational programs. We do backpack giveaways. We do field renovations. We do a lot of baseball camps across the country. So whatever we can do to try to help out. I grew up in the Boys and Girls Club as a kid and loved the programs that I had as a kid. So I just try to do the same thing for the kids now.
Yankees lead 4-0. We are talking to CeCe Sabathia of the Yankees as they're trying for their 2nd straight win here in Philly. Pitch is inside.
You know, CeCe, you know, I know you got a lot of gas left in the tank, and you're having another great year. You know, it just seems like you made that transition. You're on the edges with all your pitches. I mean, how long did it take you to buy into that philosophy?
It took me a little longer to get it down than it did to buy in. I kind of figured my my velocity was leaving, you know, a couple years ago, and figured I needed to do something, you know, try to learn the cutter from Andy, but just wasn't healthy enough with the knee. So, you know, the health has been a big thing for me, and being able to repeat my delivery, and it's been working out for me.
3-2 count on Knapp. Severino deals. Grounded sharply to Bird. He's there with the hop, takes it himself, 1 away. Now, CeCe, we had Andy on after the Old Timers Day, and he said the way CeCe's pitching now, if everything holds up, he could pitch another 3 or 4 years. Do you buy into that? I know you had said earlier this year if you win the World Series, you might walk away.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know, it just really depends on my knee and the health of my knee. I feel good. I'm still getting outs, and, you know, that's the thing. I don't want to be out here, you know, struggling and not helping the team. I want to be able to, you know, help this team win, and, you know, we got a young core, and it's been a lot of fun to be around, so I just want to continue to keep doing that.
There's a strike to Franco.
CeCe, we've got a seat up here in the broadcast booth when you're ready. You ever think about that?
I do think about that. This is a lot of fun too. This is cool. This is cool.
You could stay on the mic the whole game if you like, CeCe.
Can I sit down here and watch it though?
Sure.
You guys got a better view though. You can see the balls and strikes.
Yeah, but you could give us the inside stuff. Now, you have some celebrities at this softball game. I heard that your wife actually approached Leslie Jones at the stadium and got her to commit to play. That's Leslie Jones of SNL.
Yeah, she did, and she told me the story that when she approached her, she went up to her and told her that she was my wife, and I was pitching that day, and she said, well, what's up with CeCe? You need to get him a Red Bull. I guess I wasn't pitching that good that day, so I'm excited for her to get on people. I think she's going to have a mic and kind of rag on people the whole time, so that should be fun.
Michael Rappaport, Victor Cruz.
I'm looking forward to Rosenberg. Rosenberg is getting out there and playing too, so I want to see him. I want to see if he's got a good swing.
That's all he's talking about on the radio show, CeCe. That's it. He thinks he's going to dominate, but I doubt it.
I told him to go to the cage, man. He better not have a bad showing.
Well, we'll talk about it forever if he has a bad showing. It must be. It's great that you and the Yankees could partner up and that you get the stadium on Thursday night. That's pretty cool too, right?
Yeah, for sure. The Yankees, you know, this has been my family, you know, ever since I got here 10 years ago, and you know, Jenny and Amber are really close, and you know, for them to let us use the stadium during the season, you know, means a lot, and they've been a big help to us, and you know, really my whole time here. So it's been a great thing that they've been able to back us and partner with us for this great event.
Did you ever think, CC, that it would work out this great? I mean, there was some doubt when you were a free agent. You know, you're from the West Coast. You played in Cleveland and Milwaukee, and there was some doubt whether you not like New York. And it seems like you love New York, and New York loves you. But did you ever dream this good?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know it would be this good. I mean, nobody could really, you know, dream about and think about how good it's been for me here. So it's been this has been my home. I've been here 10 years, and you know, I'm a Yankee now. So it's been great.
That is a base hit inside first off the bat of Franco, and he is going to get himself a double. So Franco picks up a double with one out. Now, you've seen Severino when he came up, and now he's one of the best pitchers in baseball. How did he make that transition from a guy with potential to now making it work on the mound?
I think he's obviously always had the stuff. I think he just, you know, need to get out there and get the experience. You know, like you said, he had a rough, you know, go at the beginning and, you know, pitched great out of the bullpen. But as a starter, you know, it was hard for him to figure it out. I think it was just him making the starts and getting out there and getting the repetition and getting used to pitching in big league games. But his stuff has always been there. And, you know, I think as he gets older, he's going to transition to one of the best pitchers in the league.
How amazing is it to you, CC, that he can throw 100 on his first pitch and 100 on his 110th pitch?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big thing. The more impressive thing to me is that he throws his changeup to both sides of the plate, and that's something that you very rarely see, and he can control it to both sides. So he's only going to get better.
Here is Jake Arrieta at the plate, runner on second with one man out. Now, we talked about Old Timers Day, CC, and Andy told this story, and it shows your appreciation of baseball history. That picture of you, Ron Guidry, Andy, and Whitey Ford, I mean, that's got to go somewhere in your house. That must have been the coolest thing to do.
It really was, and it was something that I have been wanting to do for, you know, 4 or 5 years, but just couldn't get up the gall to go ask those guys, and didn't feel like I deserved to be in that picture. But, you know, I just got up enough nerve, and, you know, me and Andy are real close, so we kind of, you know, set it all up for us, and it's an awesome picture. I can't wait to get it framed up and get it put up in my house. It's something that means a lot to me for sure.
The great lefties in Yankee history. We're looking at the picture now, and it's in front of that Yankee wall with all the signatures on. It's a perfect picture. 1-2, and Arrieta swings and misses. He's down on strikes.
It's good to see some pitchers get some love there. You know, I mean, the Yankees are known for their sluggers all those years, and even today in this lineup, you know, the sluggers get all the love. But that is the Mount Rushmore of left-handed pitchers. It's got to feel good to be a part of that, CC.
Yeah,
you've earned it.
It was great. Just to be able to have a conversation with some of the candid pictures I've seen, you know, us sitting in that room, it's awesome. I'm gonna try to get them all framed.
Here's Cesar Hernandez, who made the big error in the top of the inning, and he chops one up the middle. There is Didi, and that will do it. CC, we look forward to Thursday. It's going to be a great event, and we thank you for spending some time with us.
No problem. Thanks, guys.
All right, if you want to buy tickets, pitch.org, and pitch is with 2 C's, or ticketmaster.com. Tickets start at $20. It is going to be the event, red carpet, the whole deal. With RBI Baseball 18, RBI Baseball 18 delivers an all-new franchise mode and much more. RBI Baseball 18 is available now. Learn more at rbigame.com, rated E for everyone. Austin Romine cracks one to left field and deep. Hoskins back, turning, looking, it's off the wall. Romine's going for 2, and he will make it. Leadoff double for Austin Romine.
Yankees have really gotten a lot of good swings off of Jake Arrieta, and there's another elevated two-seamer on the inner half that doesn't do much. And the only question on this is it going to leave the ballpark? And it was pretty close.
That's how close it came. And Romine, who's going to get the bulk of the catching time with Gary Sanchez on the DL, gets himself a double. Severino trying to bunt, take a pitch outside, 1-0. Audi scoreboard, 4-0 Yanks. We all talked yesterday about Betances and his big swings at the plate. Aaron Boone was asked about it and kind of smiled and paused and said, I kind of like this DH thing.
It's easy to vote in your own self-interest at this point. And he's already seen one of his starting pitchers get hurt on the bases. It's a good debate. It's not going away. If you're a National League style lover, there's a good argument to be made that way as well.
1-2.
I just, the first time I picked up a bat in the big leagues, I had not hit since high school. That's the problem. In the minor leagues, there's no training. They don't let the pitchers hit in the minor leagues, or very rarely. Some of the National League teams do when they play each other, but there's just no training. I think that's just really unfair to face major league pitching, especially nowadays with the power of the arms out there, without any practice.
How about that? So he pulled back the bunt, took a full swing, fouled it back. Well, Betances said he had not hit since high school. It was 12 years since he picked up a bat. And he said he just did the Gary Sheffield waggle because he liked Gary Sheffield when he was growing up, liked the way he looked when he was hitting.
Severino's such a good athlete. Doesn't get the credit for his athleticism. Boy, he really does take a good swing.
Right back to Knapp. Throw to third. No, not in time as Romine gets in. A fortunate carom right back to Knapp. He made the throw to third, but Romine got there.
Romine's going to beat it with the trick slide, as you saw the ricochet there. The throw beats him. The tag should have been there, but you see Romine with a little okey doke. And it works.
Infield comes in with a 2-2 count on Severino. He swings and misses. Ball in the dirt. So that's a strikeout. Put out 2-3, and Romine stays put.
Seems like everybody's got a trick slide now. Even catchers. Romine really good right there. I mean, the throw beats him. The tag is there, and he pops up and holds his left foot back and sneaks it back in there. Franco was a little off balance here. He's got to reach, and he tries to sweep the tag. Nice job by Romine.
Infield still in. And you got to give credit to Joe West. The throw beat him by so much, sometimes umpires just make the call on that, but he waited and saw that the tag was not applied.
And then grabbed the baseball and threw it out of play. We saw that last night with David Robertson, who was not happy about it.
The 0-1. High drive, right field. Williams back on the track. He makes the play in front of that scoreboard. Romine tags. He'll score easily. A sac fly for Hicks. It's 5-0 Yanks.
Thought he had another one. You could see the smile on Hicks's face. He's definitely seeing the ball very well off of Jake Arrieta tonight. And getting healthy swings.
Want to know on Judge.
Certainly a little bit of a luck factor going on with Arrieta here tonight. The 3 unearned runs out of the 5 so far, but there has been a lot of loud sounds off the Yankees bats. He does have 3 strikeouts so far tonight, but 7 hits for the Yankees here in the top of the 4th. And the Yankees, more than any other lineup in the big leagues, hit the ball as hard as anybody. Stanton and Judge at the top of the leaderboards in that category, but tonight the Yankees all are getting healthy swings off of Jake Arrieta, and his June swoon is continuing.
One, two. 2-2. Now 3-2.
Wouldn't be a Yankee game if it wasn't a 3-2 count for Aaron Judge.
Strike 3. Judge down looking. But a leadoff double by Austin Romine. He comes around to score on the sac fly by Hicks. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. 5-0 Yanks. Yankees have a 5-0 lead, and it's time for the Chief Hitter Scanner Report on Hoskins.
Got a little candy theme going on here in honor of Bob Lorenz in his office, and the jawbreaker. Well, he actually literally broke his jaw, but since he's been back, 15 games, .310 batting average and 5 home runs and 15 RBIs. And Spree, 10 home runs in his first 17 games last year, 18 for the season in only 50 games. That's what lit up the Phillies last year in their fan base, and Reese's Pieces. And he's definitely one of the building blocks moving forward, and the general feeling here is that they are going to be buyers at the trade deadline this year. They have accelerated their timeline, and they feel like they can contend and maybe even win the East this year.
Spree, underrated candidate. Pulled that out of nowhere. Strike 3. Hoskins down looking. Outing scoreboard, 5-0 Yankees over the Phillies. And that will bring up Herrera.
When you get, I mean, you love Severino on the mound anytime, obviously, but when you have a 5-run lead, is there anybody better? You'd rather have protected a 5-run lead. He's 11 for 11 in first pitch strikes.
Now 12 for 12. Oh, and 2. A 101 miles an hour as Herrera strikes out. And that's on the fast pitch speed analytics, brought to you by FiOS by Verizon.
Another look, 101, right at Romine's mask. Most pitchers will pick out a body part on the catcher to throw to, especially when you're throwing out of the strike zone like that, up and out.
Fly ball, shallow right center. Gleyber Torres makes the play for the final out of the inning. As the Phillies go down in order, we're going to go to the 5th inning, and the Yankees are up 5-0 on Yes. It'll be fun in Yankee Stadium, and the 5th inning begins with a strike to Didi Gregorius. Here are the standings right now. Yankees have a 2-game lead in the loss column, a half game in the standings. Then it's the Rays, who won 5 in a row, Blue Jays and Orioles. Drilled deep to right field. Williams back, turning, looking. See ya! Home run, a bullet into the seats and right. It's 6-0 Yankees.
The bats don't lie. And all night long. Now Didi jumps on. The sound tells you all you need to know. Another hard hit ball off of Arrieta.
Back on top in June. #15th home run. 43 ribbies. Now you could make an assumption. GMC scoreboard shows you a 6-0 Yankee lead. Chopped right to Hernandez. Well, why would the Phillies take Arrieta when the Cubs didn't want him? Well, that wouldn't be true. The Cubs offered Arrieta the same deal that they eventually gave Yu Darvish. They turned it down because they thought there was going to be more out there. So the Cubs know him better than anybody, and they wanted him back for big money. And Darvish has been really a big disappointment for Chicago. The Cubs stole him from the Orioles. The Cubs sent Scott Feldman and Scott Clevenger to the Orioles for Arrieta and Pedro Strop. Strop's still a big part of their bullpen. Great trade, and Arrieta won the Cy Young in 2015. It was a 5th-round pick for the Orioles in 2007 out of TCU. Fly ball deep right center. Herrera back, still back. Track. Wall, he can't make the play. And Torres gets himself a double. He's 2 for 3.
It looked to me, Michael, that he got a little bit of a poor jump. Came in a step and then had to reroute it and then maybe shied away from the wall at the end. So not very efficient on the route there by Herrera, and a little bit of hearing footsteps, so to speak, with a metal wall right there.
There's Greg Bird, broken 0 for 15 with an RBI single left. And that came in the Yankees' 3-run 3rd inning.
Seems like the decision making, and you referenced the contract and Jake Arrieta and the Cubs and what to do in the offseason, thinking you're going to get more. The leverage is gone. Every front office has so many analysts in there that help them game plan. Not only individual games or individual seasons or roster construction, but free agency too as well. And there's so much more information now for guys like Brian Cashman to look at. Medical history, medical data.
And Bird walks.
It's just going to be tougher and tougher for agents to get those long-term contracts like we've seen from the past, the 10-year deals, even a 7-year deal.
And also, especially when you're a pitcher at 32.
That's the problem with the system. By the time you attain free agency, you're in your peak or almost past it, beginning the possible decline phase of your career.
team controls you, you can't become a free agent for 6 years, essentially. There's some wiggle room there, but 6 years would be the mark. And if you come up, at the age of 22 or 23, all of a sudden you're talking 28 or 29. And then there are the outliers like an A-Rod or a Harper or Machado when they came up for 18 and 19. All of a sudden they're free agents at 25.
That is a big difference.
The 0-1. Fly ball, shallow left. Hoskins is there to make the play. 2 away. Let's take a look at the trivia question for today. 4 players who appeared in the 2009 World Series for the Phillies have appeared in an MLB game in 2018. Who are they? I'm not going to guess. I'm going to let the viewers have fun. Here's Romine, first and second. 2 men out. Yankees up 6-0. Now, as for the Yankees, there are only 3 Yankees left from that 2009 team that are on the Yankees right now. And one went away and came back. It's Robertson, Sabathia, and Gardner. It's a long time, though.
It was a big-time World Series. 2 really good teams. Yankees in the first year of their new stadium. The Phillies in the middle of potential little dynasty there. They had a little shot at a mini dynasty there. The Yankees derailed that. And Godzilla went off.
Johnny Damon had a good series, too. And A-Rod had a tremendous postseason to get the Yankees into the World Series. Swing and a miss. Romine down on strikes. But the Yankees get a run on 2 hits and 2 men left. The run is off the bat of that man, D.D. Gregorius. His 15th home run of the year. When it lands, Yankees have a 6-0 lead. The answer to this trivia question: 4 players who appeared in the 2009 World Series for the Phillies have appeared in an MLB game in 2018. Who are they? Well, Chase Utley's one. Jay Happ would be another. How about Cole Hamels? I can't get the 4th, though. Any idea, David? Ryan Madsen. Wow.
Yeah, Ryan Madsen was a big part of that bullpen.
And there's a strike to Williams. GMC scoreboard, 6-0 Yankees.
Take a minute, Michael, just to see, and I know you would obviously agree, and send out our best wishes to Sandy Alderson, who's stepped down as GM of the Mets for now to deal with his health issues. Been in the game for a long time. Served his country as a Marine. The heck of a man. Certainly wishing him all our best.
He's undergoing treatment. We'll have some surgery, and he said the prognosis is good, which we cross our fingers and hope he gets through this. You take baseball allegiances aside, and you root for the man who has done this sport proud and done this country proud. Swing and a miss. Williams down on strikes. Here's Kingery. 100 miles an hour.
Severino, you talk about just cruise control in the passing lane. Well, he's on the Autobahn right now. Determination.
His average fastball velocity is 97.7, just a tick above Noah Syndergaard, who's been on the DL for a while. Lined into center field, it's a base hit for Kingery. Here's Andrew Knapp.
Another first pitch strike for Severino. Every hitter tonight has been 0-1.
One and two. And all Yankees so far. A run in the first on the Hicks home run, 3 home runs, or 3 runs in the third, another run in the fourth, another run in the fifth. Just overpowering right now as Knapp goes down.
It's almost like even with a 6-run lead, Severino is just going to rear back and go, here you go. Let's see what you can do. And he's dominating the top of the strike zone. When you throw that hard at that location, still the toughest pitch to hit in baseball. A letter high fastball with that kind of stuff on it.
Franco swings and misses, another 0-1. He has not missed on a first pitch strike to the 17 batters he's faced. Now he's 0-2 against Franco.
Every pitch has a purpose.
Fly ball right side. Judge toward the line. The ball makes the seats.
You go through a game, Michael, a lot of times you miss your location. Every pitcher wants to have a purpose with everything that comes out of his hand. But rarely does it go this well as it is for Severino. Dominating the ratio of pitches, strikes to balls.
Three and two. So Kingery will take off from first, 3-2 and 2 outs. Now Gleyber Torres moves to the left side of the diamond. Swing and a miss. And that'll do it as Franco strikes out. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Severino. 1 man left. We go to the 6th.
Appreciation for all military by sharing a photo or video with hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Well, Gabe Kapler makes the call to the bullpen, brought to you by your Tri-Acura dealers. And Jake Arrieta's day is over. And that will bring in Zach Curtis. He has the very long hair. Boy, that hair makes Syndergaard look like he has a crew cut. Curtis will face Severino. So, David, I have a great quote from a very respected man in baseball about the DH and whether you should have it or not. So, you take it from whence it comes. Now, Peter Karasotis has written a book with Felipe Alou. It's called Alou, My Baseball Journey. This is Felipe Alou and what he says about the DH. I would argue that the DH creates more strategy because of all the strategies you can employ if you have a real hitter and base runner in the game. Instead, we have wasted at bats to the point where I believe it's criminal to charge fans money to see pitchers hit. Swing and a miss. Severino, as if on cue, strikes out.
It's a great book, too. The Felipe Alou book that's out now. Peter did a great job with that book. That is, yeah, that's right to the point, right?
Yeah, and this is an old-time baseball guy. Managed, played for a little bit with the Yankees. Here's Aaron Hicks, who's had a good night. Home run, single, sac fly, 2 runs scored. Started off the game with a home run. Also, Valentin takes over at third base for the Phillies. So Curtis is batting 8th. Valentin will lead off next inning. On the bottom of this inning. And they get Hicks for the second out.
You know, we've seen too that not only without the DH, it's not just about the pitcher hitting. It almost affects 2 slots, the 8-hole hitter as well. These pitchers will pitch around the 8-hole hitter. We've seen managers flip-flop and bat the pitcher 8th because of that. So there really is a significant impact on the bottom of the order.
Pitch outside to Judge.
You know, the argument against the DH, you know, the strategy part. You know, more extra guys on the bench get used. Pinch hitting appearances. You have to pinch hit for the pitcher. When I was in the National League, the best thing I could have, and this tells you the mentality, as a National League pitcher, if I looked in the paper the next day and I had an 0 for 4, I knew I had a good night. I didn't care. I wanted an 0 for 4. That meant that I pitched well enough to get 4 at bats. It's kind of the running joke with Ron Darling, my old teammate with the Mets. Right? Take a nice 0 for 4 pitching tomorrow. Usually means you went 7 or 8 innings, maybe even 9.
And in the old days, pitchers in the American League could pick up a few more wins because you didn't have to pinch hit for them if it was 0-0 after 5 or 6. The only decision was, is he out of gas? Can he continue to get people out? In the National League, the decision's a little bit deeper and more complex, and that's where they talk about the strategy and those exciting double switches.
Couldn't contain myself last night.
I know. I've never seen you like that. 3 infielders on the left side for Judge. And the 2-2. 3-2.
Sometimes the most important guy on the roster in the National League game is that first pinch hitter off the bench. And for the Mets back in the day, it was Rusty Staub, the late great Rusty Staub. He was going to hit in a very important part of the game.
Chop foul outside of third. Jumps up and hits Judge, still 3-2.
I think we have enough data now, Michael, with regard to the strike zone and Aaron Judge in particular, to say definitively that he gets more balls called strikes on him than just about anybody around.
That one is ball 4. Took a close pitch. Ripperger saw it the same way he did.
How many times have we seen Aaron Judge do that right there? Exactly. That's why he's going to walk over 100 times this year.
We always use the phrase, we can use it up here a lot, that's too close to take. And I was talking to Aaron Boone about it on Saturday. He said, I don't agree when people say that. He goes, if you think it's a ball, you should not swing. He said, and then you hope that you get the call right. He said, people aren't taking it thinking it's close, and I hope I get the call. They're taking it because they think it's a ball. He said, if you expand your zone like that, you're taking yourself out of your comfort level. He said, I don't want somebody to swing when it's close if he thinks it's a ball.
Yeah, it's a very, very modern approach. Billy Witz for the New York Times wrote a pretty good column on that. And a lot of major league franchises, or really front offices rather, are preaching that on the minor league level. Of even if you swing at a pitch like Judge just took, you're probably going to produce weak contact anyway. You're better off trying to get a walk and doing what you just said. Stay within your strike zone.
Gregorius hits one to left field. Hoskins is there to put it away, and that will do it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning here in Philadelphia. It's all Yankees so far, 6-0.
1997, where the Philly Fanatic was having a little bit of fun with George Steinbrenner and Eddie Fasthook, the current executive director of team security, getting him with the popcorn right there. But guys, there's a backstory. The Fanatic actually started with the boss first, putting piece by piece of popcorn on the back of his hair. George turned around and said, young man, you better stop that. The Fanatic, not knowing any better, decided not to stop. So George went up to him and said, you've got to get out of here right now. The Fanatic went back to his home in the ballpark, but when he returned, he had that huge bucket of popcorn. He spilled it on Eddie, And then Eddie turned around as well. George said, "Don't do anything, Eddie. You're on national TV right now." All he could do is hand him his pride possession, his comb, and let him fix his hair, because he actually had butter on the popcorn, so it got all over his hair. So he used the comb. And David, I'm sure you could attest to how much he liked to make sure that he was perfect all the time. So the fact that George gave Eddie the comb, a huge deal.
That's a great story. Classic.
And just to see George Steinbrenner hand him the comb, that is so big league. You know that the Steinbrenner family used to own a hotel in Tampa. It was the Bay Harbor Inn. And when you stayed there, every room you got a free comb. Like it was a big deal to get a free comb. Well, Meredith, you can attest to this. The Fanatic should consider himself very lucky he was on TV. You do not do that to Eddie Faster.
You don't mess with either of those guys. Either of those guys. And it's funny, when I showed Eddie the video to see if he'd remember it, it didn't even start playing, and he said Labor Day 1997. I remember it like it was yesterday. Still not happy with the Fanatic. I don't know that they've met up yet.
Fly ball, center field. Hicks is there to retire Valentin. One away.
Fortunate enough, and you know, you got his phone number, Larry David of Seinfeld fame and the Larry David Show, obviously. He Curbed Your Enthusiasm. I had a chance to talk to him one time, and he's, you know, what a thrill. And I asked him, man, where did you get all that stuff on George Steinbrenner? And he said, nah, just stories like Meredith just told us. Reading.
And the boss had to sign off on every one of those scripts. And I remember he once said, he said, I don't watch the show, but my grandkids think it's the greatest thing that I'm on Seinfeld, so. One and one on Cesar Hernandez.
One thing that George Steinbrenner understood was the brand, and he also understood how to make fun of himself. The Billy Martin commercials, or the press conference when he hired him back. Miller Lite commercials he was in, the Jeter commercial. Saturday Night Live appearances.
Hit sharply and grabbed by Gleyber Torres. Couldn't get his footing as Hernandez beats it out. Legs gave out from under him on the grass.
Looks like he's going to make the play, and we've seen him wheel and deal and make that play. And you're right, he just slid a little too far and couldn't get any leverage to make a throw. Good range to get over there. Severino still throwing hard here in the 6th inning. Pitch count under control. Number 80 coming. Severino is at the top of the heap in one impressive category, Michael. Most pitches thrown 99 miles an hour or harder this year. Coming into this game, he had 88 of those.
Oh, just missed another one right there.
He's added to that list significantly tonight. Little wake-up call.
Really wasn't that close.
No. Number 2 on that list. I said Severino's got 88 of those pitches coming into this game. Noah Syndergaard, 38. Ohtani, 32. I mean, that's the difference between first and second. Chris Sale's 5th on that list with 24. I think Severino has probably thrown a dozen at least tonight. He's going to go over the 100 mark. 100 pitches this year at 99 miles an hour or faster from Luis Severino. Dominating that list. Nobody even close.
So 3-0 on Hoskins. Yankees lead 6-0. We're in the bottom of the 6th. The Yankees certainly made the right call on Severino. Remember, they put him in the bullpen. He was outstanding, and there was a cry to, well, keep him in the bullpen. Look how good he is. They said you don't waste an arm like this unless you exhaust every possibility of making him a starter.
I believe he got his mojo back in the bullpen. It used to be the pathway to the starting rotation. You got broken in the bullpen.
Popped up. Romine makes the play for the second out.
We'll give you a look at some heat from Sevy. And it's been actually a little plus tonight, 100 miles an hour, just easy gas above the zone, 101. Perfect location in 98 there. And you can see all of these fastballs are across the top line of the strike zone. And that's when you throw that hard, that's the perfect place to exploit the hitter.
Tonight he is averaging 98.5 on his fastball, so above his seasonal average. Here's Odubel Herrera. Fly ball, deep left. Stanton is there to put it away to retire Herrera, and that'll do it. In the 6th, no runs a hit, 1 man left. Let's go to the 7th inning in Philly. It's 6-0 Yanks. Yes, is brought to you in part by People's United Bank. We'll lob this next pitch right over the plate. Free checking at People's United Bank, member FDIC. By the New York Lottery, get out there and play. And by your Tri-Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Tri-Honda dealer for great deals on all models. Beautiful evening here in Philadelphia. Cadillac scoreboard shows the Yankees with a 6-0 lead. And Giancarlo Stanton will lead it off against Zach Curtis. Curtis pitched the 6th inning. Arrieta started and went 5 rocky innings. We gave up 6 runs on 9 hits. Deep to right field. That is going to be off the wall. Stanton's going for 2. The throw is in plenty of time. Hit it too hard. Williams played the carom beautifully and gunned out Stanton, tried to go for 2.
Just another rocket off of Stanton's bat. You figure that if you hit a line drive off the wall, you should get a double, right? Not when you hit it that hard and it bounces right to the right fielder. He's got really no chance there.
That's a single, and he's out 9-6. Trying to stretch. Here's Gleyber Torres. So Stanton has 2 hits. Torres has 2 already in 3 at-bats. Grounded to third. Valentin, 2 away. So two-way, and that will bring up Greg Bird. Curtis deals. Upstairs, 1-0. David, I'm going to make you feel old right now. Your teammate, who you saw come up as a rookie, Derek Jeter, turns 44 today. Happy birthday to Derek.
He's a father now too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whole life changed. An owner, a father,
a 44-year-old.
50's right around the corner, brother.
The 2-1, and Bird gets plunked. So a single, a walk, and a hit batter. So Bird's been on 3 times.
Have to take another look. It's like a slider. It's spinning. The back of the elbow. I thought we had a Forrest Gump ball there for a minute, but no, it ended up on the back of the elbow. Sounded like he had a guard on there.
Up the middle. Hernandez steps on the bag, and that will do it. I'm going to find out from David what a Forrest Gump ball is. I'll tell you later. Time for the game summary, brought to you by your local Nissan dealer. 6-10-0, leading 0-4-1. Severino's gone 6. Arrieta lasted 5. Hicks opened the game with a solo home run, also has a sac fly. Gleyber Torres a 2-run single and a double. So you stay away from the changeup when the fastball is this good, right?
Absolutely, no need. Keep it in your hip pocket.
Here's Santana. Swing and a miss.
All night long, that right there. I mean, he has challenged these Phillies hitters with fastballs and jumped ahead just about every hitter.
Cadillac scoreboard, 6-0 Yankees.
When you get that big lead, now 6 runs, it was 5 runs, and that is when you pitch with a lead and you just let it go. That graphic tells you something.
That's why he's allowed to face a lineup third time around. He's not losing anything. 35 pitches of 99 or more miles per hour, 6th inning or later. Next up, Chris Sale with 10. Strike 3, Santana down looking.
Another 99 miles an hour in a perfect spot. The umpire stares at it for just a bit, a little bit of a hesitation. Should I ring him up? Okay, get out of here.
How about this? So that was the 36th 99 plus after the 6th inning of the year. All other major league starters combined, David, have 22. So Sale has 10 of them. So it's just not done. People aren't allowed to pitch into the 7th inning that much anyway, and they certainly aren't throwing that hard.
It's a testament to his physical ability, his athleticism, and his conditioning. It's what makes Severino just the perfect starting pitcher. Never satisfied, relentless in his pursuit of getting better.
Popped up, foul territory. And Duhar for the second out, retiring Williams.
He's a franchise pitcher. Definition. And, that's what you want, a leader. I mean, it's the kids that come up. Johnny Lasagna comes up. He's got Sevy to turn to already. That's who you want leading your pitching staff, because he sets the example. How hard he works, his desire, his competitiveness. and his style.
.99 miles an hour upstairs to Kingery. .100 miles an hour, 1 and 2.
Really felt it early. We saw it early. You know, when you have a little extra on your fastball, sometimes you come out and you just have that little extra zip on your fastball and no need to look anywhere else. Here it is, hit it all night long.
Boy, he's had great stuff from the very first inning today, and he's carried it right through. It almost seems like an unfair matchup the way he's pitching.
He's given up 4 hits, but it's no hit stuff.
Kingery fighting, still 2 and 2. Good at bat for Kingery as he finally wins that one by singling the right center. Now it's time for Lowe's whole team together. And this one's about the lowest team ERA in the month of June. Yankees are on top, 2.41. San Francisco Giants 2.76. Indians, Rays, and Astros. The Phillies 29th in baseball at 5.33.
And the Rays on that list continue to impress.
Fly ball, right field deep. And turning and playing it off the wall is Judge. He'll get the ball in quickly. Kingery will stop at third, and a single for Knapp, who didn't want to take a chance down 6.
Smart move. And finally, somebody catches up with one of those fastballs. A little bit of top spin on it that kept that from going out of the ballpark. And Aaron Judge, Johnny on the spot with a good relay.
That one, I think, hit off Severino's face.
Adam Warren.
Aaron Altea pinch hitting for Curtis. Just the second runner in scoring position for the Phillies tonight. And quickly, Altea down 0-2.
Sevy goes to the slider. Been pretty much nothing but gas with the 6-run lead, and now here a couple of base runners. See if he goes to the slider, try to get a strikeout.
Did he go? Yes, he did. Altea down on strikes, and that'll do it. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 men left on base. We're going to the 8th inning in Philly. All Yankees. Make sure you're at Yankee Stadium on Friday, July 27 for one of the hottest collectibles of this season. It's CC Sabathia bobblehead night, the 3rd in the 2018 collectible series presented by AT&T for the first 18,000 guests that are in attendance. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com, visit the Yankee Stadium ticket window, Yankees clubhouse shops, or call Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849. Strong 7 for Severino. His face and arms bathed in sweat, and the 7 innings might be it. Probably getting the 6 outs out of the bullpen. But after Loizaga yesterday just went 5 1/3, they really needed him to give him a long outing, and he certainly has done that. Here's Victor Arano. This will be his 24th game, 3rd pitcher for the Phillies. Here's Austin Romine on the Hyundai scoreboard at 6-0. The Yankees lead. Arano deals a strike. Popped up on the right side. Santana back in foul territory. Slides and makes the play. Nice play by Carlos Santana.
Indeed, Michael. He did cover a lot of ground. 2 hands. Another look on Yesmo. Brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer. Well done.
Well, that'll do it for Severino as Boone sends up Neil Walker to pinch hit. Right off of Arano. And he gets Walker for the 2nd out. And that's going to bring up Aaron Hicks, who started this game with a home run. And we'll take a look at the exit velo on that home run, presented by Spectrum Internet with faster download speeds and better performance. 411, the velo 104 off the bat. Nice way to start a night.
That was up there too. It was a high one. Kept going. 33-degree launch angle, so high and far.
Pitch misses outside, 1-0.
Those are the best ones to call, right? You have plenty of time to gather your steam, build it up, kind of load up on a see ya.
Sterling loves the high drives. Yeah, that one was the complete opposite of Judge's home run yesterday. The eye blink kind.
Little slider.
How did he get out of the way of that?
Make him dance.
Nice play by Santana. Flips to Arano, and they get Hicks for the final out of the 8th inning. Yankees go down in order, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 6-0 Bombers. Interleague clash with the Phillies then on Friday. It's a huge matchup on Yes as the Bombers battle the Red Sox in the Bronx. Coverage will begin at 6 with Audi batting practice today in the Chevy Yankees pregame. Right here on Yes and streaming on Fox Sports Go. And the Yankees have 13 games remaining against the Red Sox, and after this series, they will not play again until August. This is what we will see tomorrow. Luis Cessa will make the start. Zach Eflin will get the start for the Phillies. Our coverage begins at 6. New pitcher for the Yankees is Adam Warren. So we did some calculations. In his pitcher scouting report, David told you that in interleague play, Severino had a 1.07 ERA. Well, now, 7 shutout innings, it drops to 0.94 in interleague play, 10 games, 8 starts. And that's the lowest all time in the major leagues with a minimum of 50 innings pitched. And I know that Sevy knows that the World Series is an interleague game. Hyundai scoreboard, 6-0 Yankees over the Phils. And there's a strike to Valentin.
And one last little note to put a bow on Sevy's night, and really the last 2 years. He's made 48 starts. Tonight was 48 since the start of 2017. 48 games started. 24 of those, exactly one half, have been 0 or no run, or 1 run allowed. No more than 1 earned run allowed. Half of his starts are 1 earned run or less. It's the most of anybody in Major League Baseball. That's a quality start, right? You don't like 6 innings, 3 runs for a quality start? How about 0 or 1?
Amazing. Popped up on the left side, and Duhar retires Valentin. Well, the attendance here at Citizens Bank, 43,568. So that's the 3rd biggest crowd this year. The opener is the biggest, last night 2nd, and this is 3rd. Yankees and the Phillies packing them in. Here is Cesar Hernandez. And a strike from Warren.
Yankees fans travel, that's for sure. Short trip down here, head south. Before you know it, here you are. Really, that's been a trend forever for the Yankees. Their average road attendance leads the American League, really leads Major League Baseball. They average 33,545 on the road. Nobody else in the American League is even close to that. Already have drawn 1.2 million in road games.
Three 3-1, 3-2.
That's why, you know, you love it when the Yankees are coming. That's the first thing you do if you're an opposing team. When are the Yankees in town?
Strike 3. Hernandez down looking. He thought it was ball 4. Now a quick word from Spectrum.
Spectrum Internet. No data caps, no contracts. Just faster speeds with better performance.
Love them or hate them, it's the Yankees, right? Somebody's got to be Darth Vader, right? Star Wars doesn't work without Darth Vader. Somebody's got to be the king.
Swing and a miss. Let's see what's going on here. Gabe Kapler barking at Rippinger. We're thinking he might have wanted to put pine tar on his bat, and Ripperger said no, once you get to the plate, can't do that unless you get a new bat. 1-1. Yeah. Yeah, he wants to do it, and Ripperger said no.
You have to start keeping a Manny Mota stick in your back pocket. You know, there's pine tar. There's all sorts of sticky substances. Manny Mota, great Dodger, had a little stick. Looked like almost a little roll that you could wipe on the bat as well. In the day of modern technology, baseball still uses pine tar and mud.
Buzzed him upstairs. You know, David, very quietly, Adam Warren has been really good since coming out the DL. Another arm to just lengthen that bullpen. Everybody that he goes to, except of late Shreve, has been just lights out.
Yeah, and a valuable piece, multi-inning guy too. You know, Adam Warren's the type of guy, you know, you referred to him kind of as a Swiss Army knife. It's a great description. Could actually start if you needed a spot start. Give you 3 innings, 4 maybe, once he's stretched out. But you're right, he's last 7 games, 8 innings, no earned runs.
Fly ball, left center deep, going back is Hicks. He's on the track, leaps, and he makes the play. He took an extra base hit away from Hoskins. What a play by Hicks.
Great athleticism, perfect timing.
Been a good 2 days here in Philly for the Yankees. He had a home run to start the game and a great catch to end the 8th inning. Warren likes it, 6-0 Yanks. Injury report brought to you by Montefiore Doing More, and the Phillies have been beaten up in the bullpen. Pat Neshek, so important for them last year, out with a right shoulder and elbow strain. I hope he comes back soon. Adubre Ramos, 1.24 ERA this season, right shoulder impingement. Luis Garcia, right wrist strain. Aaron Judge leads off the 9th inning, and there is a strike from Hector Neris. Oh and 2. Judge down on strikes.
Right to the borderline. Been a well-rounded offensive night for the Yankees. Across the board, home runs, just a lot of good swings. A lot of hard-hit, well-struck baseballs tonight, up and down. Really, Miguel Andujar went 0 for 4, but he had some good swings too. He got robbed of a line drive in the middle of the game. 10 hits, 2 walks for the Yankees tonight so far.
David, we promised the viewers, and we never followed through. Please tell them what a Forrest Gump ball is.
Well, if you've been listening closely, you've heard me use that before. But yeah, if you get a Forrest Gump ball, either thrown at you by a pitcher, it hits you in the buttocks.
Okay. That's how Forrest would say it.
That's the Forrest Gump ball.
Gotcha. 2-2. 3-2. Didi with his 15th home run of the year, leading off the 5th inning. 43 ribbies. Lofted to center field. Herrera will make the play for the second out. This chiropractic telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Here's Giancarlo Stanton. One and 0. In the top of the 9th inning, 6-10-0 Yanks, 0-6-1 for the Phillies. Chasen Shreve is up warming for the Yankees in their pen. And Aaron Boone had said he wants to get him in a low leverage situation, minus any pressure or stress, and 6-0 would seem to fit that. Three and 1 to Stanton. Stanton has 2 more hits tonight. An infield single up the third baseline, and then a hard single high off the wall and right. He tried to stretch it into a double, got gunned out. 9-6. Has also struck out and grounded to second. 3 infielders left side for Stanton. Santana alone on the right side. And the 3-1. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Stanton down on strikes, and he hits the bat in disgust as the Yankees go down in order against Neris. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. For the WB Mason postgame, as our studio duo brings you highlights, analysis, and reaction of tonight's clash. Plus, they'll set the table for tomorrow's series finale. It's only on Yes, and really you have to watch the show just to get another look at Jack Curry's tie, which is beautiful. Chasen Shreve will come on. Third pitcher, Severino on 7, Adam Warren on 1, 2, 3/8, and now Shreve.
And it's been a tough time for Chasen Shreve, obviously. Yankee fans know it. We've seen it. So yes, Aaron Boone picking the right spot here with a 6-run lead.
And he will face Odubel Herrera. Oh and 1. Herrera's 0 for 3 tonight. Last 9 appearances, 8 innings, 13 hits, 9 runs, and he's allowed 4 home runs. Last time we saw him, that walk-off home run to Jake Bauers in Tampa Bay. Had him played beautifully. Gregorius right there, 1 away. Well, there's a shift where it took away a hit, David.
Right up the middle. Gets a little aid from the mound, too. It's pretty well struck. Line drive, and the mound kind of causes the ball to hop up. And the umpire immediately threw that ball out because it hit the mound. That's what David Robertson was upset about last night. He thinks the balls are a little softer once they're hit, and he's right. It kind of feels like you're using a new baseball every pitch.
Pitch is outside to Santana.
It used to be, you get an out with a baseball, you definitely want to keep it. A ground ball out. That one immediately thrown out of the game. Shreve now throwing a new one. And I agree with David Robertson. It's become a little silly at this point that the umpires have been mandated to throw out the baseballs that often. He was hot last night, David Robertson, with Joe West. Joe West told him he could read his lips. I'm just doing my job. Well, his job's now kind of like Barney Fife's job was on Andy Griffith.
One and two.
It's become a little absurd.
And the initial reason to start taking the ball out is that there could be a scuff on it, a pitcher could make a dance, but that wasn't the case yesterday. Robertson just said it feels softer after it's hit. I like to throw a softer baseball. If the Yankees hold on, their record in the game started by Luis Severino, 15-2, an .882 winning percentage, and that leads Major League Baseball. Also, if the Yankees hold on, they would go 16-2-2 in their last 20 series, and overall 17-4-4. And in the 20 series, the last 2 that they lost, 2 out of 3 in Texas, and then getting swept in Tampa Bay. But if the Yankees hold on here, they'll go 25-9 against teams over 500. And coming into today, David, Major League Baseball's record against teams over 500 is .421. A .421 winning percentage. Yankees come into today with a .727, well above the Astros, who are in second place at 26-18.
The Yankees played the Astros tough when they met up earlier this year. Can remember still that dramatic Gary Sanchez home run off of the closer, Giles. And then Giles so upset, punching himself in the face.
The Yankees took 5 of 7 from the Astros. 3 out of 4 in Houston and 2 out of 3 at the stadium. Count 1-0 on Nick Williams. Two and one. Now the last thing you want to do is have Shreve struggle to the point where you have to get up one of your top relievers to get out of this 9th inning. We might be a couple of pitches away from that where somebody warms. Now 3-1.
Little look of concern on Aaron Boone's face.
Grounded to first. There's one. No return throw. So the Phillies are down to their final out.
One of the problems, Michael, is a lot of times, with a struggling reliever, sometimes you would send him down to AAA to get his work in, get it worked out, and then get him back up here. That's just, it's not an option with Jason Shreve because he is out of options. So that kind of move, you would probably lose him through waivers.
Swing and a miss, 0-1. Kingery 2 hits tonight, 2 for 3. Runner goes, he'll take second. Defensive indifference. One and two. One more strike to nail this down. The south version of Yankee Stadium. A lot of the Philly fans have left. And the 1-2. 2-2.
The Yankee fans came early and they've stayed late.
Two balls, two strikes, two outs. Runner at second. 6-0 Yankees, bottom of the 9th inning. Looped out towards second, making the catch is Gleyber Torres, and the Yankees win 6-0. And they take another series, and Shreve has to feel good about things as he gets the final 3 outs. With that Yankees win, you win at Papa John's. The day after every Yankees win, get a large 3-topping pizza for only $7.99 at papajohns.com with promo code YankeesWin. Well, Aaron Hicks had a big day. Obviously, a home run for Gregorius as well. Hicks made that great play for the story of Severino.
Well, without a doubt, his 12th win. His ERA is now down to 2.10. Luis Severino completely dominating tonight.
We've got so much more to come from here at Citizens Bank Park, and then Bob and Jack and Meredith after that. Stay where you are. Yankees win 6-0 right here on Yes.